From cop to convicted felon. Tonight, only WLWT has body camera footage that led to a former Seaman police officer getting arrested.
Yeah, it turns out the footage is from his own body camera that he actually never shut off. WLWT News 5's Karen Johnson's been digging into the case for the past year or so, and she has the public records that explain exactly what happened. Hi, Karen.
Well, hey, Mike, this body camera that you're about to see sparked the investigation. The Seaman police chief at the time was conducting an audit and saw footage that concerned him. It led to former officer James Stokes Sr. being placed on leave. He was then indicted and just recently pleaded guilty to theft in office and unauthorized use of a police database system. James Stokes Sr. heard talking on the phone.
You're the one playing that don't never show up, mother freaker.
In between sending texts. He's on duty at the time.
I'm on patrol. Where am I supposed to be?
Working the road for the Seaman Police Department. His shift seems to take an unusual turn after stopping to talk to a man he knows and who he allowed to drive his personal truck.
I have some oil. I'm getting underwear on.
Stokes is heard making sexual comments to the man.
You can give me 5 minutes. Let me play with it 5 minutes.
Stokes asks the man to meet him at the police department.
I think I'm deserving it, Rolla. I don't deserve it. Okay, I guess I don't deserve it, so I'm gonna go file unauthorized use of motor vehicle on you.
And also threatens to turn the man in for driving without a license, a comment that's made a second time.
What time you come into my place for alone time? And if I don't get alone time tonight, I swear to God, I will file a charge on you and I'll have your butt arrested.
The two eventually end up at the police department. Once inside, Stokes makes more sexual comments.
Oh my God. Strip down.
The man seems reluctant to engage in Stokes' advances.
We'll get together or not.
It's not clear what happened after the body camera was taken off, but still rolling. When questioned by BCI agents, the man told them Stokes was obsessed with him and the relationship wasn't sexual. Stokes answers a little different.
Did you have a sexual relationship with him on that day? Yeah.
And the investigation revealed Stokes used a police database to search the man's personal information, and while on duty, he left the village to meet the man 15 to 20 minutes away at a pawn shop. That led to the theft in office conviction. Stokes is currently serving 180 days in a county jail. He was also sentenced to 3 years probation, community service, and a $2,000 fine.
I'm very curious what they're not saying about this story, man. Trailhand Bill reporting live from South Florida. Y'all got to understand, man. I grew up, man. I was a kid when Sanford and Son, Al Bundy, the likes, man. It's another guy, too. I can't think of his name. Old guy used to always be arguing with his wife. He was racist as hell. But back then, you know what I mean? It wasn't funny, but it was funny. It was on TV. What's his name? Lamont Daddy. Fred Sanford. Fred Sanford was racist as hell. It wasn't racist back then. It was on TV. And I'm just trying to tell you, man, if this story would have been told to any one of them guys, Al Bundy included, I wish I could think of the other old short white guy with the bald head. Them folks weren't no game. If y'all would have told them this story, they would have went off on y'all ass for being gay. I'm just going to keep it real. I know you can't make jokes about nothing in this generation, but that shit was fun as hell when this man walk up to this man talking about touching him, let me play. Boy, bro, you sound like you got the mind of a 3-year-old, fam. What you mean, let me play with it, fam? That's like, we used to tell girls stuff like that when we was in middle school, big dog, man. But listen, on a serious note, I'm not in nobody's business. I'm a Christian, you know what I mean? And I know that means a billion different things in the minds of a million people, but for me, it only means what the Bible says, through and through, Genesis to Revelation. So I'm saying that to know you should know how I feel about anything that isn't heterosexual sex. You should know how I feel about anything that isn't a man and a woman having a relationship. But you should also know how I feel about loving people, you know what I mean? And expressing my beliefs and my worldview in a way that isn't unnecessarily divisive. So I ain't with none of that gay stuff. I ain't with none of that homosexual stuff. But everybody got to live their life and God redeems people as he will. Y'all don't want to hear me preaching. They gave this man 6 months in jail and all that extra stuff for this. I need to know what the hell they not telling us. Now, let me also say this. Ohio, y'all be having some wild, and I mean wild, terroristic, violent, brutal stuff going on up there when your cops pop up in the news. So I'm going to be honest with you. Without minimizing what this other guy went through, I'm hesitant to call him a victim because I think that word is much overused in our world today. I'm going to get to that, Lord willing, but without minimizing what he went through, we literally see cops do 1,000,000 times worse and go home with paid vacations and crowd-funded accounts set up by their supporters, the blind blue linebackers. I'm wondering what the hell this man really did behind the scenes for this to culminate in 6 months. And maybe there's more involved in this situation that y'all just not telling us to save face for him, the department, whoever, the city, I don't know. But once again, just comparing what was reported in this story, and I did read the news article, I don't see much. It's hard to believe that this alone got this man 6 months in jail and then paper when he get out and all that other stuff. So as far as the sexual preferences, man, hey, fam, why in the hell did it seem like you was stalking this man? Because they said, so, is it sex trafficking? Is that what this is? Because hell, they charge men with sex trafficking for any damn thing this day. Your girl can be a drug addict, can be a prostitute, and just be your girl. And she can go out there and sell herself and bring back some drugs for y'all to use or some money for y'all to get food or something. They charging the dude with sex trafficking. So is that what was going on? Because this seemed a little weird. They said he was driving your truck. You walked up to him. Maybe I heard that part of the story wrong, because sometimes I be hearing stuff wrong in these videos, and by the time I get to talking, I be way off. So maybe that's what happened. But I swear I heard him say he drove your truck, you walked up to it, and then you start getting on him. Hey, what's going on, fam? We gonna hook up tonight? That just seems so weird to me, man, being a heterosexual man. I don't want to belabor that point or spark any unnecessary insults about people who aren't heterosexual. We all grown out here, man. Who you sleeping with ain't got nothing to do with me. That shit was just funny, fam, because it did not seem like a conversation from a grown man. But then that's when it got weird, because how did you get the dude to the station? Are you like, that's what I'm saying, you giving him your car and giving him other things so he's just kind of subserviently under your control? That seems more like sex trafficking than my girl being a prostitute or a drug addict and me just, reaping the benefits of that, because hell, she reaping the benefits of whatever I got going on too. That's how relationships go. But this situation right here, that may be why they added more on to it, and they just ain't, they behind the scene, hey, we ain't gonna charge you with this right here, but you still got it this right here. And it's not coming together for me, 2 and 2. We seen cops murder citizens. We seen cops break into citizens' houses illegally and charge them with the crime, the citizen. We've seen cops beat citizens. We've seen all kind of stuff, and the cops literally get no penalty whatsoever. I just covered in the last video the story out of Arizona where they had that man bloody on the ground. It looked like they had some type of practice torture for that man. The cop literally got no charge. I got another story coming out where a cop, Florida, brutal. I ain't got to tell y'all this stuff. So I know I'm belaboring the point. I'm just perplexed why they actually gave this man that kind of time and that kind of sentence. I'm still perplexed about what the hell was going on, because, yeah, at first I thought it was just you was joking with him, but then you done consensually joke with this man or non-consensually joke with this man from the vehicle all the way into the police station. And yes, sir, I'm sorry, it did look like you were unbuckling his pants to give him what men only receive from women where I'm from. I'm Trailhand Bill. Y'all tell me what the hell y'all think about this story. You know what? To be honest, man, I am absolutely glad that this wasn't a more of a terror story. And it may be, because I think maybe I'm minimizing what the other guy went through if he didn't want to be involved in that. They didn't show his face. I'm wondering, what are you, like some kind of migrant? They didn't say anything about him being illegal. Why were you able to have that kind of sway over a grown man? And when we put the fact that he was driving your truck, we can make some conclusions without having the facts. You see what I'm saying? So, again, I'm very perplexed by this story, but I'm glad it wasn't like any violent, brutal, bloody terror, if I can say that. Because if you were sexually abusing that man and he was vulnerable in some way, that's still as horrible. But since I don't know, I can just say that. You know what I mean? Y'all be safe.
From cop to convicted felon. Tonight, only WLWT has body camera footage that led to a former Seaman police officer getting arrested.
Yeah, it turns out the footage is from his own body camera that he actually never shut off.
Man, listen, this is crazy. Yeah, I forgot to say the Prince story. The guy himself said he didn't feel victimized and he didn't want to press charges. But damn, fam, you got busted by your own body camera. Hey, while we laugh at Bit Dog, let's remember some of them stupid decisions we made that got us in some peculiar situations. Chasing cat. He ain't alone, man. Let's just keep it real. His ass might be alone in the kind of cat he chasing, but we all been where he at right now. If not in no jail cell, we all been there. And by all, I mean, hell, if nobody else, I definitely have. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you're care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.